Assalamualaikum, selamat malam. Selamat datang ke JOM
Assalamualaikum.
TAKEOFF Episod ke-46. Dan apa khabar Gidi? Lama dah kita tak bersiaran
Itulah dia. Dah rasa macam dah terberhenti sekejap. Tapi akhirnya kita start balik satu episod. Dah episod
InsyaAllah
berapa
malam
ni?
ni ke-46.
46.
Menarik juga
Banyak
malam ni.
lah.
Gidi berada di mana sekarang ni?
Saya dekat US sekarang. Dekat Los Angeles. Tengah kerja.
Okay. Okay, dekat Los Angeles. So kalau mendarat, saya rasa mendarat dekat LAX LAX.
LAX. Macam tak pernah pergi kan, kita dulu pernah pergi sekali.
Kot-kot mendarat kat airport lain kan, mana tahu kan.
Nah.
Menarik juga malam ni. Kidi berada di LAX. Dan kita pula kejap lagi akan interview dengan JFK.
Itulah.
So, kalau menarik sebenarnya kalau Kidi berada di New York pada malam ni. Baru kenalah dengan kita punya tetamu malam ni.
Ni kira macam interview coast to coast lah. East Coast dengan West Coast.
Okay. So, tamu kita malam ni seorang kapten sebuah airline di Malaysia. Dan beliau juga merupakan seorang selebriti.
Ya.
Jadi kalau di Hollywood kita ada Tom Cruise, John Travolta kan, di Malaysia kita ada Capt JFK. Di Yuna. Di Malaysia kita ada Capt JFK lah. Jadi sebelum kita kita bawa dia ke skrin, kita saksikan video ni terlebih dahulu. Silakan admin.
You know, the last 2 years has been horrific for many, especially me and my family included. I tell you, COVID. But if it's anything that I learned, is that now I've learned to really appreciate the smaller, finer things in life. So for me and my family, English matters, right?
For 35 ringgit an hour or an average of 230 ringgit a month, you can give your child the best learning experience with English at English Matters. So come speak to the team. Let's arrange for an assessment for your child.
Call us now because already we've got a waiting list for our intermediate writing class, which is a specialized writing class. OMG, I want to get more people in, but now it's already full. No, you want to see our classrooms? Watch this.
Welcome to our intermediate writing class.
Check out my fun teacher.
Welcome to my class.
So call us now or connect with us on social media. When it comes to English matters, yes, we can help.
Oh my! You guys are surprising me. That video was shot about 3 years, 3 tahun yang lalu sampai muka oh man.
Hi Captain.
Hey,
How are you?
Hello.
Okay. So the video just now actually is I edited, make it shorter.
Yeah.
So actually it's longer lah. Sebenarnya ada adult punya juga di sekolah tu. Jadi untuk maklumat lanjut, go to English Matters punya Facebook page ataupun IG lah. All there, details lagi banyak. And then dia punya pricing pun mungkin dah berbeza sekarang. I don't know lah kan. Mungkin lah tahun 2023.
That's the point. Nanti kita discuss. Don't worry about pricing. We worry about what we want to do and why we want to do itu dulu.
Okay. So Captain, terima kasih kerana sudi jadi tetamu kami malam ni. How are you Captain?
Alhamdulillah, I am fine. First of all, terima kasih Gideon. Terima kasih Cap. I think we've been, the admins have been trying to contact me for I think almost close to a year already. Tapi gedebak and everything. And then I think we were looking at the timing yang paling cantik sekali kita boleh buat. And I thought, let's start off the new year with a bang. And Alhamdulillah, today is the day. So thank you again to you guys at JOM TAKEOFF for arranging this.
Ya, dan untuk makluman para tetamu JOM TAKEOFF, Capt JFK merupakan tetamu pertama JOM TAKEOFF pada tahun 2023 ni. So special lah malam ni. Dan later dekat akhir rancangan Capt JFK ada announcement yang special. Capt JFK nak beritahu kepada kita semualah. So kita stay tune. So Captain berada dekat sekolah lah sekarang ni, English Matters punya sekolah.
The reason why I came here to my school, even though the petang tadi, is to test the internet connection because I've got 3 kids kan. So kalau kat rumah, bayangkan pukul 9.30 malam, katakan satu guna Roblox, satu lagi main Baby Shark, satu lagi main Minecraft, apa, jam internet. Kalau dekat sini, dekat UK English Matters ni, okay, the internet is mine. So that's why lah saya dekat sini. Tapi nampak orang lah, which is good. Kalau you datang masa kelas kan, penuh sangat-sangat. So it's quite nice lah. To come here right now.
Yeah, we are looking forward to go to visit the school. Actually kalau team JOM TAKEOFF available malam ni sebenarnya nak pergi sana, tapi itulah semua kerja flying dan Kide pula berada di Los Angeles kan. Jauh.
Literally working right now. But okay lah, online pun tak apa.
Betul.
Dan Captain sebelum Captain jadi pilot, Captain terlibat dalam industri hiburan agak lama sebelum jadi pilot. Dan kenapa sebenarnya Captain tak masuk pilot awal lagi?
Okay, so I mean, let's keep it simple. Yang sebenarnya saya nak jadi captain ataupun nak jadi pilot ataupun nak jadi dalam bidang penerbangan ni daripada I think saya umur 3 tahun. So I started at the age thinking of wanting to fly aeroplanes at 3 years old. My late mother, Miss Marsha and Josephine Nicholas, dia beli buku yang macam, ingat tak buku kanak-kanak dulu kata, this one is undercarriage, this one is the wing, this one is the propeller. I actually still remember that book until now. Dalam I can remember reading it every single day sampai the kulit semua pecah and everything, you know. I've been trying to find that book daripada when I got married, I had kids, because I wanted to get them that book. Until now, I couldn't find it. So I mean, we're given so many other books, right? But I knew I wanted to fly a plane since I was young. The thing is, as much as many people mungkin tak faham or they don't appreciate that nak jadi juruterbang ni, oh my god, punyalah mahal. It is so expensive. Kalau you tak ada sponsor, jam. So boleh sampai close to $1 million, right? So I come from a masa zaman tu, I come from a very we were blessed. Alhamdulillah, we had enough money to eat. But if you knew my history, I grew up in places like the Pekeliling Flats. You know, so to even think of being a pilot, like my mother will never say no, but she'll say, work hard, study hard, do your best. Inshallah, maybe one day you'll actually get it, right? So daripada young age, I knew I wanted to be a pilot. But then, you know, every time kita pergi sekolah kan, masa tu kita kena tulis kan, nak jadi apa bila besar nanti kan. It actually started, I remember standard 1, I put pilot. But about standard 4, standard 5, I kata, don't think it's going to happen because masa tu gemuk lah, pakai glasses lah, nerd lah kan. Tapi I suka cakap. So, I letak lah air traffic controller. So then, I think standard 5, standard 6, form 1, form 2, air traffic controller, nak jadi someone that can at least play with aeroplanes lah, kononnya lah, right? But having said that, I used to work part-time as well. You know, I suka computer lagi, you know, and I ended up, I was part of the original group of VE, you know, VE, me, Lasha, Zaf, kita sama group, kita sama kelas, you know, so menyanyi-nyanyi. So,
I actually just knew that, actually. I just knew about it.
Original group members bertukar, right? So it's actually just 4, me, Lasha, Zaf. We started in 1994, 1995. Menyanyi kat Wang Utama before he was born. That kind of, this is way before you were born, like Kide was still okay. You know, so I started my to earn extra income. Because, you know, I didn't want to burden my mother back then. To get extra money, menyanyi lah. Because it's just, bukan kata sedap, but at least you can earn something and sing songs here and there. So I started my career as an entertainer. I started in singing, songwriting, music production. I have written songs for people like Anwar Zain, Sheila Majid, Daing Nur Faiza, you name it. I've done that whole route, right? And then the reason I left the group, VE in 1999, 2000, I left VE because I was offered a position reading news on Hits FM. Lama zaman 1999, 2000. That was the start of it all. So then I was on radio. You know, we were singing. I was doing announcing and everything. And then there was one day, the big boss back then kata, he called me TJ lah. Are you free? Because the DJ is supposed to be on air sekarang ni cannot come because she dah stuck in an accident ke mana-mana. I'm in the studio. So masa tu kata, okay, JFK, you go. I'm like, oh. So I'm on air. Masa tu blank. I'm like, nak cakap apa kan? Tekan butang lah. Hits FM, today's hit music. Apa nak cakap? Cakap je lah, you know. I remember the first song I presented on radio was Matchbox 20. I'm like, wow. And then bukan I suka rock music, I'm more R&B guy, right? But yeah, so that's how we started. And then from the year 2000, you know, I was on radio. I've done Hits FM, X-Fresh FM, Mix FM, Red FM. Now I'm on TraxxFM. Went back to Hits FM. It's everywhere lah. But yeah, so I've been in, and then you're right. I've been on radio for this year would mark my 25 years on radio, or 25 years or so entertainment. So yeah, so the reason I do all this is because I wanted to raise enough money masa tu, just to maybe one day fly a plane. So the whole history of me is I always wanted to earn some money somehow, right? So I won't lie lah. Masa zaman SPM, don't ask me how much I got lah, but it was terrible. I literally failed every single subject except one subject. No secret to what subject I actually got an A in.
Okay.
At least you know, I managed to raise enough cash doing what I used to do, and now I am where I am. So alhamdulillah, it's this month, as a matter of fact, tomorrow would mark my 10th year with AirAsia. 10, literally.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
So yeah, that's in a nutshell what I've been up to for the last 25 years, man.
Very inspiring, kita. Just imagine, because Captain JFK once really wanted to become a pilot.
Okay, maybe I haven't told anybody yet. Since you're playing this videos and photos which you probably got off my Facebook page. So masa zaman nak menjadi juruterbang, I had my private license first, because remember, to save money was not really not that easy, right? And to get your commercial license, I did not follow the traditional route of like become a cadet lah, ask my mother, father for money. No, I didn't follow that route. I literally got my private license because I saved up masa tu, I think in the year 2001 or 2002, to do a private license, baru about I think 40,000 ringgit, 50,000. So as a personality, you do a few shows, can lah. Anyway, my logic was, if I get my, katakan dapatkan license PPL masa tu, and then suruh or try to get other people to pay for the flight lah. If that makes any sense, you know. Kata kita tong-tong sikit, okay, everybody in the kapal, okay, I bawa celebrity, all my friends, right? Surah, Iskandar, guys, kau nak terbang lah? Kita tong-tong lah, you pay for the plane, yeah? So I did that for a good 8 years, 9 years.
For you to gain the hours lah, actually kan? To gain the hours, is it?
Yes. To gain the hours, because you think that once you touch 100 jam, boleh buat CPL. Oh, masa tu. So that was that was what I was trying to do lah. But it stopped in 2009 because alhamdulillah, even though while I was still doing this radio and everything, behind the scenes I was actually doing a lot of other stuff for Astro as well. I started my career in Astro as a webmaster, the only person in 1998, 1999 who yang tahu guna internet lah, buat website, GeoCities and everything. So I built the first astro.com.my, hits.fm, all the era.fm. I built all those websites, kan? So then I built a youth community called X-Fresh, which became one of the biggest youth communities in the country. Ada radio station, ada TV channel, ada helicopter, ada bus. So that was one of the biggest things I used to, work on at Astro. And then in 2009, I raised enough money. I think my last role at Astro was the regional director for youth television. It was actually quite cool. Traveling all around the world, just trying to inspire kids, build TV channels, get content out. And then one day I went to the CEO and I said, if you allow me to, step down, I can save enough cash and I will take my cash and go fly a plane. He said, yes. So I did it. So that's why in 2009, I raised enough cash. I went to Australia. And if you're wondering, kenapa lah Captain JFK pergi ke Australia untuk study? Kenapa tak buat kat Malaysia kan? Because every school in Malaysia, if you're watching, you all reject me. Why do you all reject me? SPM fail. You're supposed to have kena credit. Literally, my SPM was terrible. Like the only thing I scored good in, there's only one.
Yeah, English.
All right. But so here's where it became interesting for me, right? After speaking with the Department of Civil Aviation back then, this is like year 2008. They said, okay, there's another way you can actually get your license or your frozen ATPLs, which is use an external country's ATPLs or frozen ATPLs and then come back and then convert. Ingat tak zaman kena convert your license? So I picked Australia. Was like, you just pay us, you do all the exams, you do all the flying, you complete it. Kau terima. So that's why I was in the Gold Coast 2009. Was there for about 1.5 years. Did my flying there. Came back. Did all the exams all over again. Alhamdulillah, passed. Don't ask me how. But I remember, I can tell you a secret lah. Masa nak buat my flying license dekat Australia kan, diorang punya style of teaching is very different tau. They expect you to come with the level of maturity, understanding, and also professionalism to the class. Which means that if you're not prepared, they won't teach you. So sometimes macam masa I remember dalam kelas they're talking about high pressure system, low pressure system, Bernoulli's theory, and aku macam blur like, kau cakap pasal apa weh? Aku penyanyi, aku DJ radio, I don't know this theory, right? So masa tu I remember I dah started sweating, so I went all the way to the library dekat Gold Coast tu ada library, you find the kids section. And you belajar lah sains untuk budak-budak. Buka buku bang, buka buku, baca. How does a cloud form?
Wow.
Or why is a high pressure system? Oh, macam tu. I did that for close to about 6 months just to understand the concept of science. Physics. Oh, there's a law in physics, which now you, as pilots yourself, you actually can, say what you want. Because of the understanding of physics, maths, science, we are able to perform our job a lot safer. It makes so much difference. So kepada anak-anak yang keluar sana yang you're watching yang kata, sains ni penting ke? Oh my God, it is so important. Matematik ni Capt JFK penting ke untuk jadi pilot? Oh my God, so important. That's why we have calculators and co-pilots. Because kalau suruh kita calculate, So yes, that's what I've been working on, and alhamdulillah I am where I am today because I never gave up lah.
Right.
Very good. Boleh nampak kan Captain JFK punya apa? Orang kata determination nak jadi pilot tu sampai begitu sekali. Memang
you ingat how was it like in flying school dulu? It's not easy. Yeah. I remember kepada anybody yang tengah you watching this right now and thinking nak jadi pilot ni senang ke? Don't get me wrong. Even my son last time, he daripada when he was young, he wanted I nak jadi pilot already and everything, and now jadi YouTuber and everything because jadi pilot susah. He was telling him no, it's not hard. If you study for it, you understand it, you will actually be able to do it. Boleh, you just got to put in the determination je. Ingat tak the first time you went to a cockpit, you tengok all the buttons, apa benda tu? But now kita tengok pun, sometimes we ask, apa benda tu? But that one is a different story lah. But most of the time now we actually, itulah what is it for? So yes, don't give up, man.
So Captain, from your experience kan, you did entertainment and you were in entertainment and then you were flying. So can you explain a little bit the connection between entertainment versus aviation? Is it the same thing?
No. Entertainment, both are very, very different industries completely. Entertainment, you want to make people laugh. Aviation, you want to get someone from point A to point B safely. That's pretty much the theory of it, right? But there is one common denominator, ataupun dipanggil the most important thing that we must remember, even in all industries, is the human connection. We must remember that. Kita bawa penumpang daripada point A to point B, yes, great, fantastic. It has to be safe. That one, no brain, no discussion. But we must remember that they are people too. So if there's any big connection that I learned between entertainment and aviation, it's actually people, understanding people, managing people, communicating with people.
Agreed. And a big part of airline flying is just managing crew, your own crew, right. And there
you go. Kide got it. That's right. Because managing a huge, large plane is always how do you manage the expectations of someone? Yes, don't get me wrong. Believe me, being an airline captain, I understand, appreciate that SOP is the guideline, right? Believe me, I get it. But how and why should you deviate from SOP? That's where real great commanders come in. Because the moment you deviate, you must have a darn good explanation on why you're actually doing it. And the more experience you get, the more you're able to actually convince yourself. And yeah. For me, people
understand.
I'll give you one example that happened to me last week. Don't tell anybody, okay? But you know what they say? When the door is closed, don't let the passenger come in anymore. I broke procedure, SOP. The passengers are late to come to the aircraft, the boarding gate. Guys, you know kan, kat cockpit tu, you can actually see people. You can see people there crying with a baby. what? I mean, yo, let's be real, man. If I delay the flight for 15 minutes, slap me. I don't care. The next flight is the next day. I I told my cabin crew, buka lah kapal tu. Oh, just bring her in. She's there. Back, no. And you know what? When she came in, she was so super thankful. The passenger, not even one passenger on the flight, complain kata, apalah captain ni, blah 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 blah. My logic is, kalau delay lah. What can we do, right? Because remember the combination, the difference between or the common denominator between entertainment and aviation is still people, communicating with people. So yeah,
that's great. And how you deal with these passengers will definitely be a good branding exercise also for the airline moving into the future.
Here's the best part. Let's talk about this for a while because it's very I love talking about this. Kita, when we do anything, remember, we do something because we want to do it. Never ever do something because we want someone to see it. That one, I live by this motto. And when we're able to live by this motto, we will realize that everything we do in life is because kita ikhlas dari hati kita nak buat. Bukan kita buat because kita nak branding ke apa. So whenever I do something, I do it because I want that person to feel that it's for them. I mean, alhamdulillah, if the company goes, best AirAsia ni, not bad lah, because good, that's great. But I did it because, I did it because of that passenger right there. So it doesn't matter lah which airline I go to ke apa ke. You do it because you want to do it. Ikhlas dari hati.
Okay, faham. Right, so let's move on to the next question, which is your school. So how did you start the English school and why?
Okay, so first of all, let me just clarify this, right? English Matters. I think the logo is still, you can see. Apa itu? Okay, English Matters. This school has been around since 1999. It's been around for 24 years. I did not start the school. What happened was, 24 years ago, the founder of English Matters started the school, and then there was an assistant principal back then who took over as principal, and then my wife was a teacher some few years later, and then when the principal back then said, I nak balik kampung, I want to go back to the UK, would you like to take over? And my wife came to me, we had a very long discussion, started buka wallet and everything, and then we said yes. So that's how we've actually, even though my wife now is the principal of English Matters, she's seen children grow up from daripada 5 years old to 17. So it's a very different experience when you are actually dulu as a teacher, as a staff, especially for my wife, Miss Nas, who's the principal, to now actually being the principal. So from 1999, it's still been, the teachers, most of them actually are still the same. They stay for so long. And now my wife's the big boss. And after that, not too long, boom, COVID. OMG. Can you imagine? Kita tak nak berniaga, right? But came to a point where after starting, the whole online thing, parents were like, no, like Captain, I don't think online is for my children. And as a parent myself, my son's first day of school was online. I get it. So we suffered a lot for, I think, COVID the last 2 years. But we kept everyone on salary payroll still running. Some of the staff even got bonuses and everything. Because the logic is, I remember that the moment the education industry buka balik kan, we are ready. And bukan the teachers are not teaching. No, they're still preparing lesson plans. Banyak yang tak faham that behind a successful teacher is not just the student, but the preparation for the actual class. And kita punya class kat English Matters ni, tuition is just sekali seminggu je, 2 hours or 4 hours, depends on which package or route that you want. But the preparation ataupun the lesson planning boleh sampai seminggu just to prepare for it. Macam showtime, macam penyanyi kan, katakan your concert hari Sabtu kan, macam we call it concert showtime, hari Sabtu ni penuh dengan children and everything. Tapi daripada hari Isnin, besok pagi pukul 9, the teachers are in here, the admins are in here planning how are we going to make a great show or / lesson plan for that particular Saturday. So there you go.
All right. So it morphed into a sort of family business lah eventually over many years.
I love the word. I love how you said the word business. Even my accountant came to me and said, Captain, you bagi sampai 19 scholarships last year. Hang nak buat are you doing this as a charity or are you doing this a non-profit organization? Kenapa business ni? Because every month topping up. If you're talking about business, right? I said no. So he told me, it's like, no. If you want to do a non-profit organization, boleh. Kita kan buat account balik. So I went to her, I said, no, I'm sorry. We are actually doing marketing again starting January 2023. We're going to try and get new students and everything because I love this whole idea of teaching someone. Or learn, in this case, learning English, because you can actually see the children actually improve their English, the adults improve their English. So when it comes to cost, I bayangkan like a parent came, 19 parents came to us. I can't pay the school fees. Are you serious? I'm going to say terminate. No, I will pay out of my pocket if I have to. And we've been doing that lah. I'm very thankful. If my wife is watching, hi sayang, thank you for helping us sponsor the children. But then continue, they stayed on. And ada yang dapat A's in class, ada yang dapat the certification, and it's more than just money to us. But don't get me wrong, the reason we're here, which I'll have a very special message for all JOM TAKEOFF fans a little bit later before we go back as well. Yes, English Matters is in business, and yeah, we've got something for you as well. So
most of your students actually kids lah compared to adults.
Yeah, well, okay, so there are two prongs to it, right? So English Matters is an English tuition or English language center. You can come from the children come in from as early as the age of like 4 plus 5. We teach reading, writing, listening, speaking, and it's more than just blackboards and whiteboards. No. There's very fun, systematic methodology in how we teach as well, which has been working so successful for 24 years. So children, yes, up to the ages of 17 before they go for university, because the whole idea is before you leave for your university or your college, you get those the level of accreditation that you require, whether it be Cambridge, whether it be IELTS, your English is at par, if not better than the international standards. Then for the adults yang kata, Captain, I nak get my boss nak promote me kat manager, tapi my English fail. I nak go into management or supervisor position and everything, but my every time I go to human resources, they kata your English sucks. Can you help? Of course, we got private classes, we have general English for adult classes, and also this year we're also focusing on companies because HRD Corp, Alhamdulillah, we are actually HRD Corp certified as well. So if you have a company and your staff need training, we can train as well. So we do corporate training following our methodology that has worked so well for the last 25 years. So yeah, all ranges from the age of 5 to 500, we train, we help. That's the most important thing.
Wow, very nice, very nice. So Captain, I've been to, I was working in Saudi with Saudi Airlines before. And then I did also an interview in Taipei. Okay. So living in Saudi Arabia for 4 years, I don't see actually that English matters that much there.
Meaning?
I mean English you use it to communicate.
Correct.
But normally like they don't what do you say? I've flown with. They don't speak English that much. If they speak English because they have to, and then like I've flown with some 1 or 2 of Saudis that know limited words. Like you bring up, if you want to talk more, they won't understand. And then I also flown with a Spanish captain. They only know limited words that you cannot converse with them so much. And when I also went to Taipei for interview, they also like speak some basic English. Even one of them, there's like one spoke. They said one person to talk to you because the rest interviewers they don't speak English that much. You get what I mean? So do you agree with me? Do you agree with me if I say that not all countries the English doesn't matter in all countries? What do you think?
Okay, so this is okay. So Alhamdulillah, I too, like you, have been to about I think 50 I've been to close to 60 countries around the world to date because of not just my job at Astro, my job as airline pilot. I was working with a long haul company as well before this. Yes, I'm familiar with that company that you're working with as well because I was there stationed for 6 months, long time ago as well. Now, English, we need to appreciate that English is the language of diplomacy, of computing, of aviation, of tourism. It's not just that. It's also the language of international communication. The most common language to connect people, is English. Now, it doesn't matter what language you want to go and learn or improve on, but let's be fair. Most of everyone, if not everyone around the world, actually has to have the basic of English. You've gone to France. You can go, oh, je ne parle pas de français, or je m'appelle, or, but basic is like, toilet. A toilet. I know. So there needs to be a basic. Now, when you go in, when you talk about professionalism, especially when it comes to flying, I won't even get into the tombstone technology of airlines and airplanes actually crashing because of the lack of communication, lack of understanding. I can actually name a flight which ended its life because the pilots didn't understand what the dispatchers were saying when it came to terrain. What is terrain? Are you talking about terrain or the rain? Banyak beza bang between the rain and terrain. So the dispatchers were coming and saying, Captain, co-pilot, first officer, you need to know about terrain. You know terrain. And like, yes, and the captain's like, oh yes, I know about the rain. Yes, the rain. Oh, the rain is good. The rain, yeah, okay, yeah, I can fly into the rain. No problem. Boom, people die. Why? English. So does English really matter in all parts of the world? Yes.
Okay, nice. Good explanation by Captain JFK.
Because it's real, it's our industry, right? I am so passionate about it because yes, it is very, very real.
Okay, Captain. About your school, right? You said before you wanted to make an announcement, a special announcement. Khas untuk.
Has it already been? Oh, so sorry. 20 minutes. I only have 20 minutes. Okay. Cap, this is a very special announcement for all JOM Takeoff followers, fans, listeners, on behalf of me, my wife, Miss Nas, for you. All right. From now, through the week in 2023 until Chinese New Year, we will give you 50% off for you or your kids or your family to come and do a term with us at English Matters. Now, don't think about pricing. Don't think about numbers or whatever. Just think of it as you come in, put with one step of your foot through the door, we will help you with the other foot. If you're thinking, tak boleh, Captain, I tak ada duit. You know what? Just come do an assessment. Don't even pay me anything. Don't even pay anybody anything. Just come to the school, check out the school, see how the teachers are. See if you want to go try it out, or see if your children are comfortable here. You will know, you have a better understanding of where your children stand or sit now in terms of their placements, because we do a placement test. Let them sit in the class, experience how for the last 24 years, English Matters has been helping tens of thousands of Malaysians help improve their English. Try a class or two. Just don't even worry about money. When you see that there's value, then we can discuss. And if you say or use the word JOM Takeoff, whatever, 50% off. Hey, you know what? Okay, this one, that's more. Let's add something more. If you do that whole 50% off thing, you katakan you got 2 children, right? You still pay 50% or 50%. It's just for you, but you got to just say like, JOM Takeoff anywhere, whether it be WhatsApp, ke hello, ke you walk through the door and like, hi, Captain JFK, hi, JOM Takeoff, JOM, done. Half off. Alright?
Very nice. Dengar tu, khas tu, special ni untuk followers.
But you must say JOM Takeoff. You must. It's a must.
Just, kami tak bayar Captain JFK untuk makluman semua.
No, I want to help. I want to help. Me and my wife. I spoke to my wife. She's like, yes, of course, consider it done. For you guys as well, your children, please come. If they're age 4 plus,
thank you.
3.
For the offer.
You just come over.
So-
It's only once we've got people from like Klang coming over because they send the children off here at 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, and then they go IKEA, One Utama, and then about 2 o'clock they come pick them up. So kita babysitter kononnya, but actually they're actually learning, they're engaging, they're improving their English, and by the time they're ready for Form 5, they go for katakan they want to go and take the Cambridge exam, because we also we also offer courses in those Cambridge exams. They have those certificates. By all means, man, masuklah college, university yang mana you nak, or better still, you nak pergi apply for a job. You have a Cambridge exam. Do you know? Let's be fair. Katakan now you want to actually improve your career opportunity. You send your CV. The cover note cantik, you write so nicely. The first thing the HR gonna say is, ni betul ke kau tulis ni, ke ni kawan kau tulis ni kan? Tapi the moment you attach certificate Cambridge, this one really diorang tulis lah. Betul lah. Let's go and interview. Sekali interview, lama jam. Awesome. Hired.
Menarik ya. Okay. So, para penonton, kalau nak tahu lagi detail, masuk IG, Facebook English Matters and see their activities, see what's the price, how's the class, see in YouTube, and even they also had last time with Allahyarhamah Adi Bahanur, right? You have the video about a short video about the English Matters class. So just go. And Captain JFK, thank you very much for your time tonight, Captain.
No problem.
We are really happy to have you.
No, thank you so much, Cap. I do
sorry,
just have.
Before we, I forgot to bring up the comments from the audience. I select some comments. This is one of our top fans, Muhammad Izwan. Hi JFK, you inspire us dreaming to fly.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
And this one you can make it, just answer a short one. How much you spend for flying school that time, Captain?
7 juta. Everything. Simple. Keep it simple. 7 juta. Because you're talking about to go from Australia to do local, to get your type rating. Oh my gosh. 1 million. I tell my son that as well. You want to become pilot, you save 1 million. Tapi Dari, you save. Cari. Go. Sing song, go radio, go do show ke apa ke, menyaga ke. Target that. Simple.
And Sal said hello. Amirdin said awesome. And Muhammad Izwan again. At what age you started as full-fledged airline pilot?
30.
30,
It's not too late. It's not too late.
Yeah,
It's
that's why
never be too late.
asking. Is it too late?
Because remember, you can fly until the age of 65. Just remember that. You can fly until the age of 65. If you're thinking of doing the whole, I nak jadi pilot, nak dapatkan cadetship and everything, most of the cadetships drop at 26 or below. I remember I went for the cadetship dulu kan. Of course I fail. Everything fail. Semua fail. Don't worry, fail. Then 27 years old, I thought, alamak, fail lah. I'll never become a pilot. Try lah other ways. Never ever give up. If there's only 3 things I want to leave you with before we close the show, my final words to every single person watching this, just live by these 3 things that I live by, besides the whole, values that you have, is just remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, be kind, stay humble, and help others. 3 je tu. You can do that, insyaAllah, believe me, you'll be able to achieve your dreams.
Wow.
Right.
Kata-kata.
Great words.
Good words, Captain. Thank you very much, Captain, for the advice.
Yeah, thanks, Cap. Thank you so much for this, man. Thanks for this opportunity.
Okay, and to all viewers, thank you very much. Terima kasih semua kerana menonton malam ni. Sangat-sangat menarik topik malam ni. Siapa yang terlepas, boleh tengok balik di YouTube, di Facebook.
Rewind, yeah.
Memang berbaloi sangat dengar Captain JFK cakap ni. Memang banyak information yang jarang kita nak dapat kat luar. So, terima kasih semua. Selamat malam. Dan until we meet again, jom take off. Good night.